What is up, Storm fans? Bryant Cook, and today we are playing another donation deck from our good friend Andre. Andre is a huge fan and actually the innovator behind Gruul Storm, and this is Andre's latest list. Gruul Storm was not my idea. Andre posted about it in our Discord that is completely free to join if you're interested, and then I picked it up and played it in a league. Well, this is what Andre's been working on recently, and you'll notice there's a white splash, Temple Garden, Sacred Foundry, and then 4 copies of Prismatic Ending, plus a wear tear in the sideboard to help deal with some hateful permanents towards Storm combo. And one thing that Andre has been championing is Commune of the Gods. Well, why is this good? In my last Gruul Storm video, which is the base of this deck, I talked about how this deck isn't good when you don't draw your creatures. Well, Commune with the Gods finds your creatures. It finds Goblin and... sorry. Let's try that again. Goblin Anarchomancer, I said it that time, plus Birgi, God of Storytelling. And it adds some consistency there, but you might be thinking that's not good enough. It needs to do more. Well, it also finds your 3 copies of Underworld Breach, and on top of that, fills the graveyard for Breach. So I don't think it's actually the perfect card, if I'm being completely honest. But Andre says it's pretty good, and well, I trust Andre. So we're going to try it out today. And that's the big change in the main deck. No main deck Past in Flames. We're just on 3 Breach to help support the Commune. Similar number of lands. No main deck Veil of Summer. That's how we found the room for the Commune with the Gods. Other than that, the main deck is pretty similar. And then in the sideboard, we have the 4 endings. Those are taking place of some of the flex spots we were playing, like 3 Bolt and like a Wilt. Ending is just a much cleaner card, and honestly, I'm sort of embarrassed that I didn't think of it myself. And then, I'm sorry, Andre, I made 1 change to your deck list. There's no reason to not be playing a Burning Inquiry. When it goes infinite with Underworld Breach and Birgi, there's just no reason not to play it. It just makes so much sense. So I cut the one of Weather the Storm that Andre had in their list, and instead we're playing the Burning Inquiry. Other than that, this entire deck list is Andre's. I think it looks really good. It's clean. It has a clear game plan. I'm a big fan. And if you would like to be like Andre and submit your combo deck to be featured here, definitely go check out theepicstorm.com/donation decks, and that way I can play your combo deck here on this very channel. It's simple, easy, and a great way of supporting us. If you're looking to support us in any other manner, you can always like, comment, and subscribe. Those things are free and easy to do. They help us get into the YouTube algorithm. They get more people watching Great Storm content, which is what you want to do. You're doing it, so why wouldn't you want other people to? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you do those 3 things. Also, if you're, want to go to that next level, want to support us a little bit more, you can become a member. Unlock the member section of our free Discord. And in there, I post early deck lists, thoughts, maybe things I'm testing. Definitely check that out. And then we also have cyborg guides, free donation decks, tons of other stuff in there. That is the join button next to the subscribe button. You can also go directly to theepicstorm.com/shop if you're looking to support us by picking up card singles or even Storm merchandise, including our mini token pack. So definitely go check that stuff out. All right, I'm done. Let's hop into round number 1. Our last league didn't go very well. I think that's going to change today. I really do. I'm not just saying that. I think we're going to get a 4-1 today. Ending is a really good card. I think it cleans up some of the mess that we were playing before. This deck has the potential. It's definitely a little more lean now with the Commune with the Gods. I think we're going to crush. I really do. 4-1 coming up. Welcome to round number 1. We're on the play with Naya/Gruul Storm. And we're facing someone who used to be a big proponent of Gift Storm. I don't think that they actually play it anymore. And we're on the... I'm sorry, did I say we're on the play? We're on the draw. Botanical Sanctum. I don't know what that means. Picked up a Grapeshot. That's interesting. Let's just strike it rich here. And pass the turn. Next turn we can play Abundant Harvest. They're on the Living End deck. Okay. Kind of a tough matchup for us. They get to play Endurance. They have Grief. They play Force Negation. It's going to be pretty difficult for us to win, if I'm being completely honest. This is just not a good matchup for us. Okay, the Goblin was a good pickup. It does die to Living End if I play it out right now, so that's kind of scary. I think we have to take a chance, though. Okay. So this is a matchup where having the Veil of Summer in our deck would have been pretty beneficial, in my opinion. Okay, so there's a good chance that this creature eats it to Living End. And I could have played the Abundant Harvest, but I don't get to attempt to get ahead that way. And one of the few ways we win this is if our opponent just doesn't have it. And here, unfortunately, the Goblin gets ended. You might be thinking, like, that's an obvious misplay. That's not true. Like, sometimes the matchups are so bad that the only way you win is if your opponent stumbles. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. So we're at 19, another good pickup. So 10, they have 19 power. Okay. So we're gonna have to get kind of lucky here. So let's fetch. I don't want to show them the white card, so let's get Stomping Ground. Yes, I'll shock. Goblin. Desperate Ritual. Manamorphose, and we're gonna add green, at least one green. Go red. Okay, so this gets another creature or enchantment, so it could get Breach. I'm gonna play Harvest first, and I'm gonna name non-land. Another Goblin. Okay. So we're looking to spike an Underworld Breach with this commune. Ding. So if our opponent doesn't have force, we just win the game here. That commune was very good. Ah, they had the force. Brutal. Storm is 7. It's backbreaking. Yeah, turn 3 with force backup's just really good. Not a whole lot I can do about that. So this is from 9 Grapeshot. I guess we can kill 3 of the creatures. Oh no, I can't. I messed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then same targets to kill the agent. There's a possibility that I get lucky and spike another breach next turn, but not like it's not probable. We did put one of the breaches on the bottom of the deck, so there's one more breach just floating around somewhere. No, it fills the graveyard, right? These don't go on the bottom. Yeah, thought I saw another breach in there. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, because one was exiled. That's what happened. Force of Negation exiled that one. This is the one we revealed. Okay, draw. Wish Breach would work if we had one more mana here. Damn. If we just had one more mana, we could Wish Breach. I think they got me. This actually ended up being pretty close. Okay. Alright, going into game number 2. Veil of Summer is a card I'm definitely interested in here. I don't think we want or even need the endings. So we have to find 4 cards to cut for the Veils. Commune really impressed me there, so I don't think I want to cut that. I wonder if we just like board out Abundant Harvest. Let's try this. Because Abundant Harvest, while being like fixing for lands, isn't super consistent, so maybe we just don't want those effects. And this is an easy mulligan. Okay. I think we keep this. Question is, what do I bottom? I can turn 2 Birgi into turn 3 Anarchomancer, but if they turn 3 Living Enemy, I'm just screwed. We could just bottom the Breach and then try to accelerate into Reforge. Okay, so let's try this out. One of my problems with keeping Breach is that we just don't have any fuel for it. We don't have a Commune, we don't have a Wish. Although if we drew Wish, it would just be a win with Birgi, assuming our opponent had nothing. And there's a Grief. Yeah, this matchup's just difficult between Endurance, Grief, and Force of Negation. Okay, draw. Of course, there's the Veil of Summer. Okay, I think we just play the Goblin here. It's a shame because like Living End is just going to kill both of these if we don't draw something soon. Riverwinder, sure. That's a really good start for them. 3 creatures in the graveyard on the first turn. Now they're just a Cascade card away. Wonder if I should even play out the Birgi. Alright, because I could play the back end here. Red, green. Okay, so we can play Hornfell and then hope to get lucky. Okay. Is it resolve? It resolves! I'm going to discard the Veil here. Just try to see if I can hit something good. Wish Veil. So Wish could not do anything. Like, we don't have anything to play for free off Wish, unfortunately. That's a bummer. Okay, we just have to pass here. I mean, we get to attack, but we have to pass. And we could flashback to Striker Rich, but we just replaced the treasure token, so there's not a real point to doing so. So the best thing that could possibly happen to us is that we Miracle Reforge the Soul. Our opponent's up to 3 lands now. Draw. Not Reforge the Soul. See if I can hit off this horn. Yikes. So I could play out both creatures and sack the treasure token, but I'm leaving myself pretty open to getting destroyed by, what is it called? Living End. And if they have Living End, it doesn't matter here, because these creatures would die anyway. So if they Living End for blocking, like, it just doesn't matter. And I'm not going to play the Birgi. I value the treasure token more than I value Birgi being in play. Just because Living End, like, just destroys me. Alright, cycle archetype. Do they not have a Cascade card? Okay. Here it is. Shardless Agent. We're going to lose both of our goblins. Would have been good if we could have drawn one of those creatures to discard to the horn, because then we would get back a goblin off of this Living End. And now they just have a whole lot of creatures in play, so they have lethal on board. They see what we're going to draw with the Architect. Dexter is very powerful. Draw. Might as well cast it. Manamorphose. Discard the strike. Double Berg. Not good enough here. Unfortunately, we lost to a deck that, like, we were never going to beat. Let's be completely honest. This is just a miserable matchup. Sometimes you just have to accept that and move on. I wouldn't have beaten this with even Lotus Breach. This matchup's pretty difficult. Let's just focus on winning the next 4. Round number 2. We're on the draw again. I have no clue what our opponent's playing, but we've opened up a pretty reasonable hand in my opinion. Okay, so probably Azorius Control. Drumstar. Definitely not Azorius Control. I don't know what they're playing. Maybe it's like some sort of newfangled eggs deck. Alright, we're going to say non-land with this Abundant Harvest. Reforge. Okay. It could be like the blue-white. I don't know what they're doing. What does that do? Second artifact, search your library for an artifact with mana value 1 plus the artifact's converted mana value. Put it onto the battlefield, shuffle, only uses sorcery. Okay. So it's like a weird artifact birthing pod. We should accelerate into Birgi here. The Berg! We both have legends in play. Next turn we can Manamorphose, which would... It's essentially a Desperate Ritual that draws a card because it's going to make a mana with Birgi. And then we'll have 4 mana with our land drops. So that doesn't cast Reforge, but we can get kind of close to playing the back half of Birgi. And I'm just trying to advance our game plan. So I'm interested in playing a Horn here. Okay, so they're sacking the Chromatic Star. Thopter Foundry, okay. Our opponent's deck is pretty sweet. Please don't kill my stuff. Please don't kill my stuff. Please don't kill my stuff. Alright, they're passing. Draw. Breach! That was a good one. So, I don't really want to show them white. Let's play the Manamorphose. I'm gonna auto yield to that. Okay, and I can just do red. Draw. Perfect. Okay, so I have 5 mana. I'm gonna play the Underworld Breach. Okay, so now we have 5 mana. Want to escape this ritual. Remove Foothills. Harvest Ritual. Okay, so that means I'm going to have 6 mana now. And I'm going to Reforge. I'm like interested in playing the back half of Birgi, but if we do that, I discard the Stomping Ground to get up to 3 cards in graveyard, and it's 1 short of escaping Ritual into Reforge. So instead, I'm just going to cast Reforge. And then we gain 2 more cards to escape after. Reforge the Soul! That's a lot of wishes. But we have the deterministic line with Burning Inquiry. So let's play the ritual out of the graveyard. Escape Stomping Ground, Birgi, and Morphos. Done. Okay, play Wish. And that's gonna do it. Wooch wooch. Play the Burning Inquiry. Okay, Storm 8. Let's Inquiry again. Move to the Breach. Storm 9. Get a Ritual, that's nice. Okay. I'm gonna Wish again. So that way I just have the Grapeshot open. And let's Burning Inquiry. It's deterministic, we just have to click through. And the nice part is we actually get to see a little bit of our opponent's deck here because they're refusing to concede. Okay, Storm 13. I'm very interested in playing a Goblin, thank you. Manamorphose. 2 green, red. Commune's like, actually, I don't think I want to play Commune. What's Inquiry again? Alright, so Inquiry's on the stack. We'll draw. Reforge. That's from 16. They're at 17, but they can sacrifice the Thopter Foundry to itself to gain life, so we don't want to lose to that. We can Inquiry again. Escaping these cards. And now we can cast Grapeshot. At them for 18. Wooch wooch. Turn 3 deterministic kill. Alright. Opponent's playing a really sweet deck though, but it looks like they don't have a whole lot in their deck regarding interaction. It's probably going to change postboard though. I wonder if this is a matchup where I want ending. Maybe bring in 3. Shave a Harvest. A Reforge. And a Commune? Try that. What a world we live in. Like, I remember being a kid, and I mean, it's still somewhat true, and especially in Legacy, but the combo colors were always blue and black. Because Brain Freeze, Tendrils were blue and black cards, Dark Ritual, High Tide, like, the combo colors were just always, you know, Dimir. And now here we are, the year 2021, we are playing Naya Storm. Like, it's just kind of wild to think about how the game has changed. And the beginning of it, in my opinion, was definitely Rite of Flame being printed in Cold Snap. And it all changed after that. Like, we had Seething Song prior, but it was sort of like, I don't know, it wasn't the norm. And then Rite of Flame happened, and then all of a sudden it was Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual, probably the reverse order, but all of a sudden red was the combo color, and now with Modern Horizons 2, red-green was the color tribe, and it's just odd. Or the combo tribe, I should say. This seems reasonable. We'll bottom a Ritual. So with this Wooded Foothills, we'd likely want to get Sacred Foundry, because then we can pair it with Forest, and we have all 3 colors. Artificer, okay. Soul Guide. Sure. So they're just going to sacrifice this most likely. Or they can F6. But we got to keep an extra card in our graveyard, but we shouldn't have. So if the game comes down to escaping one extra card, we know why. Turn 2, we're going to play Goblin Anarchomancer. Okay, they have the Smith. And then on turn 3, we could maybe win if we get lucky. Draw. Cannot Miracle you. I'll take it though. Like, we can hardcast that after. Okay. Actually, with Abundant Harvest, we can use it for land. Hope to hit a fetch land for another card to escape to Underworld Breach. That would be nice. Sentinel. Okay. We will take it. Ouch. Draw. Wow, the Berg was such a good one. So we're going to change the order in which we're doing things here. Because I want to play Birgi first, because then the Abundant Harvest becomes free. Now we play Berg. I love Birgi. Alright. Ooh, okay. I thought I clicked the breach there. I did not. And now we're going to name land. Fetch? Not a fetch, but that's fine. Yes, I'd like to shock. So the breach is free here because it costs 1 less from the goblin, and then Birgi makes up for the red that we have to pay. And now we can escape the Desperate Ritual with the card that our opponent didn't exile from our graveyard when I played Ending. Okay, and that's going to give us enough mana to cast Reforge here with 2 available mana. Alright, we have 3 mana total, including the land. And we've hit the deterministic kill again. Although I don't know if I want to give my opponent too much to do. Commune doesn't actually hit anything we want here, so I'm going to play the Abundant Harvest. I'll say non-land. Another Commune. We can play Wish and then double Grapeshot. So this is back-to-back turn 3 kills, by the way. Alright, Storm 10. Even without the Wish, we could escape the Grapeshot, but this way, I don't have to deal with any of that. Also, if something wild happened, like Ravenous Trap, or I don't know, but I guess Ravenous Trap isn't even out here. And we won the match. Look at that. Back-to-back turn 3s. I love it. 1-1. I called 4-1, so I have to win the next 3. Let's see if I can do it. On the play for match number 3. Yeah, this is a turn 2 bird and a likely turn 3 Reforge the Soul. I wonder if these are actually the correct fetches to be playing. I didn't actually look at the fetch lands that Andre put into the deck. Like, I wonder if Arid Mace is better than Windswept Heath. I would need to look at that closer. Let's do that real quick. Collection. 2 Heath. 2 Mesa. Okay, so there are Mesas in the deck. 4 Foothills. This is fine. Ignore me. We just happen to draw both Windswept Heaths. Sometimes it's good to just think about that stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go get Wooded Foothills here. We're going to go get Wooded Foothills. We're gonna go get Stomping Ground. Forgive me. Alright. And Strike It Rich. Triumph, okay. Draw. Strike It Rich. That will make a mana next turn with Birgi. I'm just gonna get the other Stomping Ground. And play the Berg. We just need her to go unchecked for a full turn cycle. Please happen. Please just be that, like, 5-color zoo deck and don't have a removal spell here. Stomping Ground, okay. It passed. Like an upkeep burn spell. They're icing. That's odd. But that means that we get to Strike It Rich here. Let's get in with the Berg. Fetch. Alright, I just want to think about this. So, if I were to Desperate Ritual here that's 4 mana, Striker Rich would bring us up to 5, Reforge would bring us up to 1. So I'd have to draw another Striker Rich in order to win this turn. Off of the Reforge. Okay, so now we Desperate. So this brings us up to 4. Yeah. So I'm going to have to spike here. I would have to hit another Striker Rich off this draw 7. And I did. They're like a weird Omnath deck. So Striker Rich into Goblin, into Wish. Well, I think this actually does it. Wow. How lucky. So now we play Goblin. This is another turn 3. Okay, play Wish. Oh, I can't. I can flashback Striker Rich, right? No, I can't. This isn't a cost reducer. Ah, I got so excited I failed to see it. Okay, so it's not a turn 3. Ah, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I get so excited about that sometimes. It's happened like every time I've played this deck when I record it. I like forget that Birgi isn't actually a cost reducer. This is some sort of weird Cascade deck, but I'm not sure. So it's just like 4-color Rhinos? Alright, I'm gonna fetch. And let's cast the community. Why not? It's free, we might as well. I will gladly take an Underworld Breach thing. Okay, play Breach. Probably didn't need to tap the mountain, but it's fine. If this resolves, it's just good game. Okay, well they have Force Negation. And now we get to try to play Breach again. So what we're going to do is we're going to play another Wish, because if they have another Force Negation, we can Veil of Summer it. Underworld Breach. And that is good game. Heretic Ritual, why not? Breach is a very, very powerful Magic the Gathering card. Play Wish from hand. And then Grapeshot. And then we can escape Grapeshot. Click, click, boom. Alright. So some sort of weird 4-color Cascade Rhinos deck. That's definitely going to have Endurance post board. I think we just shave the Harvests. Or maybe we keep like 2. And then like Commune with the Gods and a Reforge. I don't love Reforge versus the deck with a bunch of pitch cards, so I could just look to board out Reforges. But it makes me pretty weak to Endurance. I think I should just keep 2. Let's try this. Alright, well this hand is good, we just need a second land. And I can always use Veil of Summer to cantrip. I think I'm going to try it out. We're on the draw. Leyline. So in order to win this game, we will have to, and this is not a joke, we will have to Prismatic Ending for 4 colors on the Sanctity, which we can certainly do. It's just like an extra step we have to take before we can win. Okay. So they kept a 1-lander on the back of Leyline. We need to rip a land here. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to discard the Commune. It doesn't actually do anything we need here. Come on, deck. Give me a second land, please. Draw. Alright, we're going to have to discard Veil of Summer. We can't afford to keep triple Veil. Our opponent's deck definitely has more lands than we do, so they're more likely to draw into second land. But it looks like they're going to clean up as well. Second Leyline. Boom. There it is. Okay. I'm going to get Stomping Ground. Yes. And why not? Let's get Arid Mesa. Or not Arid Mesa. Sacred Foundry. It's twice this video where I've said the wrong card name. Can't play the Goblin. And it lived. Woot woot. They're activating Misty. On our turn, we can Ritual, Birgi, Morphos, and have Veil back up. So I am looking to go for it on our turn as long as that this Goblin lives. They picked up a Breeding Pool. Suspending Crashing Footfalls. I'm good with that. Oh, we're definitely going for it now. Let's party. We're going to Prismatic Ending that ley line. I can see it in my head already. The Berg. Morphos. Auto yield to that. Green, red. Commune is interesting here. I don't hate it. Because even if we hit Birgi, I don't mind that. Desperate Ritual, okay. Commune? We hit the Breach. Do they have an Endurance? This Breach is also literally free to play. So, like, the cost of casting it doesn't exist. Force a Negation, let's Veil. Ding! We have another Force, because we got that covered. Endurance, okay. That is fair. Technically, I think that they should have let the Veil resolve. Unless they're trying to spike a... Oh, no, that doesn't even work. Because I'm going to have the Veil in the graveyard to escape. So they could have let the Veil resolve so that way I had one less thing, but I'll take it. Alright, so let's play the Goblin here because it's going to make this Reforge cheaper to cast. And then we can Reforge. Let's draw 7. So now we're looking to escape this Reforge and hope that they didn't hit another Endurance. But we can also just play the back half of this Birgi. Ritual. And play Hornfell, or Harnfell. Looking good for the home team. Let's Morphos. I'm going to add some off colors here. White, green. Strike it rich, because we're going to need 5 colors to answer this ley line. Okay, we can discard these 4 lands to the Horn. That looks pretty good. Okay. Party Town. Another Reforge. Love it. Alright, so let's play Wish. This Wish is also free at this point because it costs 2 less, and then Birgi replaces the red we have to pay. Play another Wish. I should flashback the Strike It Rich. It's free and it gives me another color. We actually want to cast it with the flashback this time. I punched it in the previous video by misclicking, but that time we wanted to do it. And now we'll Morphos again. Let's make 2 more colors. Exile some extra lands here. Okay. Now we'll do blue-black. Why not? I'd love to play another Goblin. Why not? Ritual. So many mana. I don't even know why I'm I don't need to keep going here. I'm just enjoying myself. So if you don't like watching me cast spells, you can always click forward. Endurance. So let's respond with some of these Morphos. This Endurance doesn't really matter for what it's worth. And now we'll do green, green. Then cast Morphos again. Remove these. Okay, and let's add another white and something else in case for some reason we have to ending again. I mean, it's not likely, but it's kind of free. Actually, I'm going to discard the land here and cast Morphos again. And Manamorphose. This deck is so sweet, especially when it works. Alright, add black, green. Alright, Endurance is allowed to resolve now. 29 cards in deck. Discard a Horn. And let's Prismatic Ending that ley line. X is currently 3. Now X is 4. I think that might be bugged because I paid a white plus one of every color. I did red. But I think that might be bugged with 5 colors, yeah. Or maybe I just misclicked. It's fine. We're gonna win anyway. And now we cast Grapeshot. That was probably a pilot error. 2-1! Look at us now. No major punts so far today. You know one's going to happen, so you might as well stick around to watch it. Round number 4 coming right up. Match number 3. I don't know what our opponent's playing. I think this hand's a little bit slow, but maybe slow and steady is good enough. I'm a little hesitant to keep this, but maybe we'll draw a Strike It Rich or a Ritual to bring us into a faster Birgi. This Elementals? Unsettled Mariner? It says Elemental card. This is interesting. I've never seen Elementals like this. Okay. Like, Elementals normally isn't a Vile deck, so this might be like an older build? I'm not sure. Okay, and our opponent's adding a counter to Vile here. Unsettled Mariner. We can beat that. That's not the end of the world. Just gonna grab a stun. Okay. That's a bummer. Alright, let's I was gonna say Strike It Rich. Abundant Harvest. Maybe we'll hit Strike It Rich. We did not. But Ritual's not bad. So next turn we're playing Birgi, and then we'll reevaluate after that. Alright, Vile's now on 2, and a second Vile came down. Okay, Mariner getting in. Draw. Commune. We're pretty close to the Birgi loop. I don't know what our opponent's playing, but we are very close to it. Alright, Vile up to 3. Oh no, did they left it on 2? No, 3 and 1. Okay. So maybe this is like an aggro elemental deck? There's the Risen Reef. I guess the cards that we're afraid of out of our opponent are Endurance, and we just don't have a way of stopping that. So the plan for Endurance is to just power through it. And there's a Fury. Ah, that's a bummer. Okay, Birgi down. They have 3 cards in hand. What did they exile? Lightning Skelemental. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Draw. He has to play Birgi again and hope that we get to untap. Okay. So now they get to go up to 4 and 2. 3 and 2. Okay. So they did not uptick the one that was on 3. Phantasmal Image on Risen Reef. Okay. Solitude. Why can't I have nice things? Let's see if we can just rip the Goblin, maybe. There's the Skelemental. Alright, so we can discard Grapeshot and... I don't know. Maybe Wish? Wish could get Breach, but Breach doesn't do enough here. Maybe it should just be Reforge. Because I don't know if I want to give the deck with Solitude another way of drawing their out. Right, this is definitely an older build of Elementals, because I remember the early list having the Harbinger in it, and then they went away. Another Mariner, sure. Okay. Our best draw is definitely Goblin. Draw. Breach itself. I think we're supposed to start on Manamorphose to see if we can spike. Okay. Green, red. Another Breach. Ritual. I don't think we can actually win here. 7 cards in graveyard. Play Breach. So I can Desperate twice, but that doesn't do anything for me. Am I supposed to Morphos? Alright. Let's remove the Reforge. Draw. Red green. I mean, that was essentially the same as casting it. So I could play Birgi, but like, it's just not good enough. But I guess if maybe this Birgi lived and our opponent doesn't have anything in their 6-card hand, I could theoretically try to win next turn. Because even if I play Morphos here, I don't know what I'd be looking to draw into. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the Berg. Maybe leave a ritual. Let's do that. And just pass the turn. Pray for some reason that my opponent just like has 6 lands in hand. They did not use either Aether Vial and another Fury. Yeah, this one's going to be tough. This is the classic problem with Gift Storm and this Naya Storm, Gruul Storm deck. Alright, and now they get to play Skelemental out of their graveyard? Yes, out of their graveyard. So, yeah, just relying on creatures is kind of tough for Storm decks, but we'll see if we can pull out games 2 and 3. I don't think I want Ending. I think I just want to draw better. So I'm going to just resubmit the deck. On the play. Pretty similar to our hand from game 1, but I'll try it anyway. When I'm taking a mulligan. Upper line pass. Tremble Beyond into... Nope, just tapped. Okay. This is just like our first game. Let's play the Harvest. Non-land. And I get to harvest again. Non-land. Breach. Not quite what we needed here. What is this? Chalice of the Void. Well, we don't have any ones right now. We'll attempt to play Birgi again. And I guess Birgi shuts off the Burning, or the Chalice shuts off the Burning Inquiry when. Fury, they're down to 4 cards. Yep. And number 3, so that brings them down to 3 cards. Draw. Play Birgi again. Okay. They're up to 4 cards in hand. Well, I get to untap with a creature just once. 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana. Goes for 2. So for the most part, that's going to lock us out. So it's going to be really difficult to win. I don't know if I should have been expecting Chalice or not, but I could win if I drew a fetch land and then wish for Ending. That's a way we can beat this. Right now, this wish doesn't do any good. And you can't play 2 Birgi, so don't even bother trying to troll me with that stuff. Alright, we just have to pass. Actually, I would need more mana, because I think I have to wish her Ending for a bunch of mana. Because I can't Ending for 1 or 2 with the Chalices. I have 5 mana. So, Solitude is online right now. Get in there. Incoming Solitude. Resist Endurance. It's Endurance. Yep. I mean, we have another Birgi, so it's not the end of the world. But it still hurts. I didn't see a whole lot of green out of them in game 1, so I thought that maybe they wouldn't have Endurance because we saw black, and normally they're not pure 5 color, there's usually 4, but I don't know, maybe that's just an old way of thinking. Prison Reef. I did see that in game 1. Now we fall to 17. What is this? Okay. Not countered due to their Cavern of Souls. Like, it's not a bug. We know that the Chalice trigger appeared, but Cavern beats Chalice. I'm going to fetch her a white source here just so I don't shock myself. Doesn't really fit. Okay, so if I could draw an untapped land, I think I can answer the Chalice for 2. That didn't help. Because I would tap these 3 lands, cast Wish, I would get a red mana, and then if I had 1 more, I could answer Chalice on 2. Alright, I just have to pass. And our opponent's going to be able to put Fury into play, killing our Birgi. I think I'm dead. I guess I could have played Wish. I could have played Strike It Rich, Wish, and a Grapeshot and killed this. I also probably could have tagged the Risen Reef. But if you blow the Wish here, I don't think you're winning this game anyway. They just didn't attack. What? They must have misclicked. Okay, so let's play the Wish. Sorry, it costs 3 mana. I get a red mana here. So that's Storm 1. Storm 2, Strike It Rich. It's going to get countered by Chalice, but Birgi makes up for the mana anyway. And Storm 3, Strike It Rich. Now Storm 4, we can play Grapeshot. The original is going to get countered. Okay. So now we get 3. 1, 2. And then same target. Sure, you can have another endurance. That doesn't really matter. I just didn't know I was supposed to board in Prismatic Ending against this deck. Maybe I should have just because they were a Vile deck? I don't know. But we are not winning this one, and we're going to be 2-2 in just a minute. We're taking 6 and falling to 10 life. We could have beaten the Chalice on 1, but the Chalice 2 just got us this game. I don't know why they played that post-combat. It has haste. Alright, I'm not winning this. I'd rather just finish this match and go to match number 5. So we did not get the 4-1, but maybe we get our money back and open up a chest. Let's see if we can make it happen. The 5th and final match of this league, our opponent has revealed a Luris, which means that they're probably Hammer Time. But we do have a pretty explosive hand. This is a hand that's looking to win the game on turn 3, and I'm into that. So let's try it out. Alright, so likely not Hammer Time, probably burn with the Sacred Foundry. And there's a spike, so very burny. Okay. Draw. Didn't need another land. Would have liked another ritual there. But let's just fetch the mountain and cast Strike It Rich. Another ritual would have meant that on turn 2 I could Electromancer, Ritual, Reforge with the mana floating. We still get one more shot at hitting it. Assuming that our opponent tapped out, that is. There's the ritual. So the problem is that our opponent has mana open to kill the goblin now. So what I think we're supposed to do is just play the Temple Garden and then play Strike It Rich and pass. Okay. They're using Bloodstained Mire or Foundry. Getting Boros Charmed here? What's going on? Okay. I'm at 12. They're just playing Arid Mace and passing, so I'm at a low enough life total where we probably just need a jam on our turn. I feel like playing that's a trap. Maybe not, though. So if I go Commune, Ritual. So I guess if I hit another Goblin off it, it's not too bad. Or even Breach. So they're probably going to kill this now. Okay, so Arid Mace activation. So maybe they have like Searing Blaze in their hand. Mountain. Alright, so we're going to respond. Play Pyretic Ritual. And Pyretic Ritual. Let this resolve. Oh, we don't really have any other choice. And then Commune. We get one of each. So what's the best one for us right now? If I took Breach, we'd play it, go down to 3 mana. I could replay the Goblin, but I can only replay Goblin. If I just took Goblin, I can cast Reforge with no floating mana. If I take Birgi, I can play the back half and have to pass the turn. 6 cards. So yeah, I don't get to escape 2 cards with the Breach, which is kind of a problem. Yeah, I'm not sure what the play is here. Oh, there's 4 more cards going to the graveyard for Breach. That's the difference maker. Sorry, it just took me a second to realize. So now we can play 3 cards off Underworld Breach. So I can play Goblin Ritual. Okay, remove a strike it rich. Fun and Harvest. So let's play the Goblin. No, play Ritual. You can remove the Reforge, we don't need that. Okay. And Ritual again. Reforge floating 1. I'm sorry, floating 2. That was not good. Yeah, Holy Lands, Batman. Oh, that's such a bummer. We can't even escape the Reforge. Wow. Probably just dead here. It felt like I was going to turn the corner that game. And then just Holy Lands. What a bummer. Alright, we're at 7. This should be pretty easy for our burn opponent to kill us. They have 8 cards in hand. They haven't played a land yet, so they can go up to 4 mana. 7 damage should be very easy. So a spear. Shard Volley. That's some old tech there. That's very, very old. Alright, so they're attacking for 2. If they don't do anything else, we'll go to 5. So I'm guessing this is an Eidolon if they didn't put us there. Yep. We dead. Game 2. Bringing those endings. I think we're supposed to just board out the harvests. 4 for 4. Game 2 on the play. Final match. This seems like a reasonable keep. With the Birgi, we're not looking to play the front half. We're looking to play the Hornfell. Because the front half's just going to eat a lightning bolt. And 3 mana is a lot of mana to trade for, you know, a single red. We're looking to get Sacred Foundry with this Wooded Foothills, so that way we can use Ending effectively. There's a Goblin Guide. Okay. Hey, there's our Foundry, so now I can get a green source with this Foothills. Perfect. Oh, I guess we have a Temple Garden in our deck. That I did not realize. It's been in play, so I should have remembered that. So I could have gotten Temple Garden there to pair with the Mountain. I think I'm just going to cast Communion. Another Birgi. Damn. Do not need 3 of her. I was kind of hoping to rip an Underworld Breach off that. 2 mana. I'm guessing that this is an Eidolon. Sanctifier. Okay. Ending does answer Sanctifier. Okay, we pick up another land. That's fine. We're at 15, so this puts us to 13. We have to spend an entire turn answering Sanctifier. Unless I just play a Birgi here. Let's do that. Maybe she'll live. I don't know. Birgi on the board. Our opponent has 6 cards in hand. I'm sort of hoping that this turn is just like, I don't know, some creatures I don't care about pass. Not realistic, but what we're going to need in order to win. So a spear. Come on. Something I don't care about. Honestly, if it's Eidolon, we get a window to win the game. So I'd probably take Eidolon here. Lava Spike. 3 cards left in hand. Skewer kills my Birgi. Damn. Alright, so at 7 damage, we go to 5. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get this. I mean, I'm going to do my best here, but... Alright, so let's think through this. Ideally, I could Ritual Birgi, when I would have 2 open lands. I'd have to Manamorphose. And then hit the Sanctifier, because if we want to use the Breach, that's the line we have to take. Or maybe we just look at it like, hey, we're not using our graveyard this turn. Maybe that's just the line. Let's go to 4 here. The forest. Play Birgi. Now we have to Morphos. I mean, this is just a tough spot to be in. Okay, so I think we do like green-white. Goblin. What does that do? So I could hit the Sanctifier and play Goblin, but I don't know what that actually does for me. Alternatively, I could play Goblin into ending on the Sanctifier, but then our opponent has 2 cards in hand, and we're at 4 life. So close this game. Okay, we'll play Goblin, I guess. This makes a red. And then I can ending the Sanctifier. And I could play Breach, but the problem is there's nothing for me to play off the Breach. Which is why the Sanctifier, if I had a Morphos and the Ritual in there, I'd probably be winning this game. But instead I have to pass and just pray that our opponent's hand is 3 lands. Alright, well there's 1 land. No whammies. No whammies! And there's a whammy. Alright, so we went 2-3 this league, and not quite the 4-1 that I predicted. Overall thoughts? Commune was fine. I think it's probably a card that should be a 3 of and not a 4 of, but this card was pretty good. I'm just not sure. Like, the White Splash for ending was an improvement. I'll give it that. I don't know if we actually want Aeve, if I'm being honest. This is the 3rd league I've played. I'm sorry, 4th league I've played with this deck. I've yet to cast Aeve in a meaningful way, so this could be a card we look to cut. And I don't think this deck wants Wear Tear, so both of these are open slots in my eyes. Like, Prismatic Ending just does everything we want. Like, we could have used Wear Tear on the Leyline of Sanctity. That didn't escape me. I purposely only talked about Ending because I wanted to show you that you didn't actually need Wear Tear in your deck. But, yeah, I think that these could probably be something else in order to help the deck, like maybe Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt's a card we need for aggressive matchups, and we weren't playing them because of the endings. So maybe these become bolts. I'm not sure. I don't have all the answers. But I think Commune was a good start to fixing it. Like, it added some extra consistency. Maybe Commune is fine as a 4 of. I'm just not sure. You could also consider playing like 3 main deck burning inquiries and just like playing a super aggressive build that just tries to combo really quickly. That's another idea. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you're still enjoying the Gruul Storm content. I do like playing it, but I also like winning, so I'm internally a little conflicted. Let me know your thoughts. I'm definitely open to trying stuff. Thanks again, Andre, for the donation deck. Take care. Keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.